All right, so I'm back to work after my annual sick day. The SPY gapped down but had a nice bullish engulfing candle. And let me give you some numbers. The NASDAQ was up about 195, Dow was down about 120. But impressive day for the SPY. Some nice calls in chat today that I thought I would share because I think there's value in them. Let me just throw a few over. I took some screenshots. BTCT, it's just a screenshot. This is Sahil called this one. Let me turn off my volume. Back through 14, and it's exactly what we look for. Green right away, right? You don't like it to fumble around that area. There's a whole number plus an early high of daybreak, and it was already on bounce watch. So it was a really nice call there. SMCI, there was a couple calls in the room. Ramesh gave this one back through 27. And again, pretty quickly to 28.50, right? Within 5 minutes. Love that call. There's another SMCI call by Kevin P right there. I think it was over this lower high. He pointed out the high and the lower high. So that's why the entry was right there. And again, probably moved almost a buck, right? Nice call there. And let's get rid of that. Couple more. PLTR. Ramesh gave this one. The AI plays were strong, right? And this one gapped down. So I thought this was an interesting idea too. I think it was over 60.80 with the high of day just above. And, pretty quickly to 62 and ended up going much higher than that too. So that was a really nice call. And then I'm going to include myself on one. AI, I noticed early and I said over the mic, hey, this AI is one to watch, right? It's pretty strong. The daily looks good. And that was right there is where my pullback idea was. And I got it at, I don't remember now, 29.74 or something like that. It was a two's buy zone. You're looking at a 5 screen if you don't understand the entry. It's because I called it on a two's buy zone. So with 5-minute candles, you can't quite see it. But that thing was off to the races after that too. Let me see how high AI went. It actually went to 33.50. So anyway, there's a few highlights, and you'll notice all those calls worked right away, and that's the kind of setups we look for, right? So I'll leave AI up there for a second because AI goes on watch. It's certainly extended, but I like the fact that it had a deal with Microsoft or something and had that big rip. And I like that because we've been needing a theme, and now we've kind of got maybe two. You got kind of Bitcoin on fire, and then AI plays, right? Okay, so SYM goes on watch. Oh, I forgot to put up my thingy. Hold on. I realize thingy doesn't sound very professional, but I'm not very professional. So if you're new, pause the video and read that so you're not confused about what our room does. That's what we're all about. All right. All right, so SYM gapped up on earnings, closed a little bit above its open, had a big range on the day, but certainly worth, as we're day traders, worth watching tomorrow. UAVS had this nice pop here, gave it back, then gapped up, and now a narrow range. I kind of like this one for potential long, but only if we get an A+ setup. I'm going to throw BTCT with that bounce today and BTCS. Both of those go back on watch. Couple EVTOL plays, Joby, which is extended because it doesn't usually don't get a big day like this followed by another one. I guess you could argue you did back here. You kind of have a sloppy looking inverse head and shoulders too. So keep these on watch. These are the taxi drone things, or I don't know. EVTOL is what they call them. And ACHR is another one, and it had a really strong day today too. So even though they're on watch for tomorrow, in my opinion, I'm kind of putting them out there, but I wouldn't mind them to rest a day or two and then really focus on them later in the week. But I'll have them on charts. DXYZ is just crazy strong again. Goes on watch. NNE is starting to, I don't have the lines drawn, but if you follow them, you can kind of picture, right, a wedge forming right there. And it could be wanting to break out pretty soon. So that one goes on watch, one of those baby nukes, right? NXTT, let me try to type that correctly this time. NXTT topped out, about 4 or 5 sessions ago at 314 and is curling back up. Today's high 281. Maybe we get some kind of consolidation in the morning, and then we break the high of day and have 281 still be above, and the high from the other day still above. We'd have a stacked catalyst scenario. So worth having on a chart. If PLTR and AI and those get the baby AI plays, if you will, and let's go out a year here. These things, back during the last craze ran really well, and BBAI was one of them. And it's kind of interesting because you put that horizontal line there, it really broke out today, right? So I think maybe some of these low-priced AI plays will come back into play, especially if AI itself continues higher. So that one goes on watch. Amazon, I'm just throwing back on long watch. Nice bounce in it today. It was a gap down bounce play, but it just took off from the opening print, so I never found a way in. I'm still in search of a way to know which ones to buy at the opening bell, but that feels too much like guesswork for me. I need to get some info from the stock first, right? APLD, strong day up near recent highs. It's also short-term extended. I'm going to put LUMN, Lumen, back on bounce watch. It did get a little bit of a bottoming tail there. And then PULM I'm putting on bounce watch. It had this crazy run, and now you got 2 days lower on much lower volume. All right, that's it. I'll see y'all in pre-market tomorrow. Join me if you want to help me build a gap playlist as well. Have a good night.